Interesting facts from around the world. Interesting facts about Ford Mustang. This classic American muscle car ended up becoming a world-class sports car. Iacocca in 1964 unveiled the Ford Mustang at the New York Auto Show. Now after 58 years, the Mustang still represents the heart of the Ford Motor Company. A hit from launch, the Mustang has had its ups and downs. It stays true to its origins as America's pony car and as a world-class sports car. The Mustang's transition from a muscle car into a full-fledged sports car that can handle corners with the best of them. Here are some interesting facts about the Ford Mustang. The first Mustangs to feature sequential turn signals were the 1968 Shelby GT350 and GT500. They had the sequential turn signals because Shelby used the rear units from the Ford Thunderbird. Downsizing engines became the norm in the 2010s, and the four-cylinder Mustang caused quite a stir. It was the 1974 Mustang II generation that got the first four-cylinder engines. The first turbocharged Mustang was the Fox body. That same four-cylinder lump was fitted with a Garrett AI Research turbo. The beleaguered Mustang II in 1975, the four-cylinder engine lost a single horsepower to bring it down to a measly 87. On the positive side, the Mustang II shrunk in size in response to customers complaining the pony car had gotten too large. Unfortunately, its release also coincided with the oil embargo of 1973, and downsizing the Mustang's engine options happened fast. The Mustang 5.0 became well known in the 1980s, but it first appeared in 1968. While the Boss 302 Mustang engines were powerful, the standard ones only made 220 horsepower, unless you upgraded from a 2-barrel carburetor to a 4-barrel to get it up to 230 horsepower. The largest displacement engines to go into a production Mustang was 429 cubic inches, or 7 litres in size. The Boss 429 was a homologation engine needed for NASCAR racing that went into around 1,500 Mustangs at the end of the 1960s. It made 375 horsepower, which was immense for the time. Even in the dark days of the Mustang II, it sold well. In 2009 though, Ford only sold 46,619 units. As people knew the new Mustang model was coming with its retro styling and handling, the updated Mustang wasn't a flat-out success, as the retro Chevrolet Camaro outsold it in 2010 by about 40%. The first supercharged Mustang came out in 1966, courtesy of Carroll Shelby, building 11 GT350 fastbacks, fitted with Paxton superchargers. Shelby claimed the supercharger addition improved the power of Ford's factory unit by 46%, upping output from 271 to 395 horsepower. One of the most in-demand collector's Mustangs around, recently a model sold for $132,000. The Cobra R is a race-spec brute of a Mustang that only came in red, without air conditioning or a stereo, but came with improved brakes, power steering, engine cooling, its own wheels, and a price tag of $26,692. Quite a few names were considered and dismissed before Mustang was chosen. Even this name got rejected initially. The designer, John Najjar, pitched the name linking it to the World War II P-51 fighter plane. It was rejected, but he pitched it again. This time, he named it after the horse. The execs liked it, and the name Mustang was chosen. There is no such thing as the 1964.5 Mustang. Confirmed by some execs at Ford who have been involved with Mustang for decades, they will tell you the same thing. Mustang 001 had a 1965 VIN code, along with the rest of them. Curiously, it was to be kept by Ford, but it was accidentally sold, 001, to a Canadian called Stanley Tucker. Later he sold it back to Ford after many years of enjoyment. The gap in the VINs issued between June and July 1964, is thought by people to be the difference between the 1964.5 and 1965 models. The first 500 horsepower Mustang showed up a few years before the first 400 horsepower Mustang. In 2007, the Shelby GT500 and its 5.4 litre V8 laid down 500 horsepower and 480 pounds per foot of torque, making it the fastest and most powerful Mustang until that point. In 2011, the Coyote engine with 412 horsepower made its way into the Mustang GT. The Dodge Challenger isn't a refined sports car like the Mustang. It's a Detroit company car with a similar reputation for power. The Challenger Hellcat turned up a while back with 707 horsepower. And until more recently, the Challenger Red-Eye became available with 797 horsepower. The 2020 Shelby GT500 came later to the 700 horsepower scene. It's here now and delivers 760 horsepower, controlled by a Tremec 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. The purists will complain, but we love it. Thank you for watching this video on Ford Mustang. My apologies for any technical mistakes. Please comment. Bye for now.
A moment to hit the subscribe button, it helps me a lot. Have a great day.
Interesting facts from around the world.